Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're not only going over some major VR accessories, but I have some incredible Black Friday sales that you guys should definitely take advantage of. Now, I'll be separating this video based on multiple different categories, such as the best route for those first getting into VR, accessories that I deem mandatory for those looking to increase comfort or extend battery life. Then I have a series of niche products that are there for very specific individuals or to solve a particular problem. And finally, we'll go over an array of enthusiast products for those who absolutely love VR and have extra money to burn. Now, there are, of course, links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but let's start this video off with the best deals to break into VR for the very first time. Now, when it comes to getting started in VR, the no-brainer options are the Quest 3 and the 3S. I mean, these offer up so much versatility and have such a cheap price tag. So basically, if you have a little bit more money to burn, your option is the 3. And if you're not quite sure about VR or on a tight budget, it's the 3S. You know, save a little extra cash from the accessories or more games. Now, I know a lot of people are looking for Black Friday deals on these products, but unfortunately, this thing is brand new and already extremely cheap at $299, and the Quest 3 just recently dropped in price. So don't expect to see these on any type of discount. However, I do have a good deal that we can go over, and that's my affiliate link down in the description. There's everything you're looking for in this video will be down in the description. Basically, you can get a Quest 3 or 3S at the standard price, but you also get $60 in store credit. So that's a pretty good deal. Now look at it. You're getting something like the Quest 3S for $300 plus Batman Arkham Shadow, an absolutely incredible VR game. Then you're getting 3 months of Quest Plus, which is their subscription service, which comes with tons of great games. Honestly, it's not a throwaway subscription service. The games in there are really good. I highly recommend a lot of them. Like Demio is one of my favorite games. Space Pirate Trainer has recently been added. Honestly, good stuff in there. So great deal. Plus, with that $60 store credit, you go pick up a banger VR title and the best that mixed reality has to offer. So maybe go get something like Metro Awakening and Spatial Ops. Now, like I said, the Quest 3 and the 3S are pretty much the no-brainer options for anyone looking to get into VR. They have VR, mixed reality, PCVR capability, and you could use them as a media center. They're fully standalone. Honestly, a great option. However, if you're someone who already owns a PlayStation 5 and wants to get into VR, thanks to the latest deal from Sony, this bad boy is only $350, making it an absolute steal. There are some exclusives that you can only get from the PlayStation VR 2 that you can't get anywhere else, and they tend to be of higher quality because you got a lot more powerful hardware pushing the VR set. And thanks to the recent release of the PCVR adapter for the PlayStation VR 2, now it's also a PC headset. So if that's something you want to get into, it's a great option. Now, I've talked down about the PlayStation VR 2 in the past, only because I don't think we're going to see a lot of first-party games, and that's usually why I get a specific console or headset for their first-party exclusives. I don't think we're going to see too many of them in the future, but the library that they already have right now is vast and robust and super high quality. So at $350, it's definitely worth checking out if you already have a PlayStation 5. But now let's move into some mandatory accessories. If you're a Quest owner, you probably already know that the default elastic strap just isn't great. It's not super comfortable, nor does it provide a lot of support. As someone who's been playing VR for 8+ years now and has owned 18 different headsets, I find it 100% mandatory to get an elite strap on your headset for any type of long-term comfort. And this right here is where I recommend one of my long-term sponsors, Kiwi Design. I've been working with them for years now because not only are their straps much cheaper than what you get from Meta, they're also a lot more comfortable, and they also offer up some of the best battery packs in the industry. Now, comfort is of course subjective. Not every strap is built perfectly for every individual, but Kiwi to date has been the most comfortable for me. Now, they also make a Halo variant. That's one that goes on an angle similar to like the PlayStation VR 2. And for some people, that's a more comfortable strap, but not for me. So there is a variety there too. And I do also want to recommend bHaptics. That's the other strap that many people absolutely love. I've used it. It's not my favorite, but that's not to say it's bad. It's better than the Meta Elite strap, and it's just not quite as good as Kiwi in my personal opinion. Like I said, comfort is subjective. And on that note, some people may find that the facial insert on the Meta Quest is also very uncomfortable. An alternative option that I've been testing is AMVR. Now they make a facial insert with a pleather-like material, which is a lot softer, should reduce pressure on your face, and they also have a nose flap cover if you want to block out all possible light, and the plastic structure is vented. Now, in my personal experience, these have not been better. I know people will swear by these, but like I said, there's no, ultimate solution based on comfort. Personally, I do not like the pleather material on my face. This becomes like a sweat-inducing device, basically. This material makes me sweat so much more than the default material, and I feel clammy and kind of gross. Also, if I do have the nose strap cover on, my headset fogs up. I know a lot of people complain about fogging. I'm not one of those people. My headset never fogs up. But if I put this on with the nose flap cover, yeah, it's fogging up in like 30 seconds. So while it doesn't work for me, it might be something for you to look into if the default material on the Quest is just super uncomfortable. And there's also options for the PlayStation VR. Personally, I find the PlayStation VR 2 fine. It's not the most comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable, so I haven't had to make any modifications. But if you are one of those people who is suffering, there's the globular cluster, which similar to Kiwi strap on the Quest, adds a lot more plush material. They also give you multiple options here, ranging from PU leather to a foam pad or a foam and gel pad. So like I said, there's no one option fits all because this is related to personal comfort, but the globular cluster gives you multiple different options and you should be able to find the sweet spot for yourself. So elite straps, battery packs, and comfort mods are basically the only accessories for VR that I deem necessary. Now, if you're looking for one of these items, Kiwi is currently running a sale on most items, including up to 50% on a few options. AMVR also has products on sale up to 30%. Now, moving into some more niche accessories, those that fix a specific problem, well, the first one that's pretty easy to recommend is lens inserts. If you are someone who wears eyeglasses and your glasses just don't fit in the VR headset, or you're afraid you're going to scratch the lens, then yeah, something like lens inserts are an absolutely fantastic option. Now, my eyesight's pretty good. I'm strained 20/20 with a mild astigmatism. I just got my prescription and I got lenses for all of my headsets, and I'm testing out both VR Rock and Zenny. And I will say both perform just about the same. And overall, they make a huge clarity difference, even for someone like me who has pretty good eyesight. Like my eyesight, like I said, is almost 20/20. So I'm just getting older and it's starting to get a little bit weaker here. But honestly, I can notice a significant difference with the lenses in. So just like anyone who wears glasses, I'm sure you notice a significant difference in your eyesight. Now, personally, I'm leaning more towards VR Rock at the moment because they just have one thing that's better, especially if you're in a household where you have one headset and multiple eyeglass users. Their lens magnetically connects, so if you want to pass the headset to someone who doesn't wear glasses, it's extremely easy to take the lens off, or if someone else in the house has a different prescription, it's really easy to swap out the lens. Now, overall, this is pretty minor, but I'm the type of person who just loves convenience. Now, there's another minor caveat that I found with lens inserts. If you're someone like me with a big nose and small IPD, that's the space between your pupils, well, you might have noticed that the headset occasionally pinches your nose. I have to use an eyeglass spacer in the Quest 3S because, yeah, otherwise it'll lean on the bridge of my nose and it's uncomfortable. So when you add the lens inserts, they're just that thick enough that I do feel them touch my nose yet again. Now, some headsets like the PlayStation VR 2, you could just, move. You could use the eye adjust or eye relief to move the headset a little bit further away. You could also do this on the Quest 3. But what happens is you lose a tiny bit of field of view. So yeah, there are some caveats here. Also, I do notice the outside edge of the lens a tiny bit. You're seeing a black trim, and I have also noticed a little extra glare. It's minor. Both of those last two are minor, but they're there. Now, speaking of convenience, I did want to recommend some audio solutions. Unfortunately, I can't really recommend any of them. I've tried a lot of different Bluetooth adapters for the Quest headset. They're either really expensive, don't have the pass-through for your battery pack. They died after like 6 months to a year. And even these that I love from bHaptics on my PlayStation VR 2, because we talked about convenience, I don't like putting earbuds in my ears. These were nice. Audio quality is not fantastic, but it looks like they've been discontinued. So when it comes to audio solutions, if you guys have one that you really recommend, let me know what it is down in the description. But I will recommend a mic. If you're a content creator, this is the mod mic right here. There's a new version coming out like later in 2025, I believe, but this is like the end all be all for every content creator, because the recording quality on the Quest or even the PlayStation, not fantastic. So you do external recording, mod mic, plug it into your computer, record from there, and it is like a lifesaver. Magnetically connecting, so you have a little nub on all of your headsets and click and it goes in. So highly recommend the mod mic. But let's move on to some more extravagant type of accessories. So this right here is only for the VR enthusiasts who are willing to burn a lot of extra cash. I've tested everything from motion simulation chairs to force feedback guns, VR treadmills, you name it, I've spent hours on it. But the only items I routinely use and are willing to recommend start off with some haptic vests. I'm currently wearing the brand new bHaptic TacSuit Pro. Now, this is their latest product, 36 motors. It works the same as their previous versions. Basically, you have some mods for your PC games. Some titles have built-in support, so it just connects automatically through Bluetooth. That's usually the case when it comes to Quest games. Now, compatibility is not across the board. It's pretty good. Like a lot of the most popular games do have support. However, you cannot get support on every single game. And usually like Meta's first-party exclusives, yeah, they're not interested in supporting this thing. So just be aware of that. It is also, you know, kind of pricey, but like I said, if you're someone who has money to burn and you're looking to up your immersion, this thing is pretty damn cool. You put it on, click, 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 pretty easy, pretty convenient, especially on the Quest. And yeah, you'll feel like, oh, I got shot here, or I got shot in the back. It's also been an advantage in some VR games. Like I had some footage where I was playing Pavlov and someone shot me in the back and I felt exactly where they hit me and I just spun around and killed the guy. I wouldn't have known exactly where I was hit if it wasn't for the haptic vest. So yeah, it's pretty damn cool, but are you willing to spend the money for it? That's the only question. Now there's a similar yet new player in town that I've also been testing. This is the True Gear vest. It operates extremely similar to bHaptic. It's a little later to the market and not very present in the US just yet. So software is kind of finicky. I wouldn't say buggy, but it's, you know, still a lot more beta. It's, you know, in China right now where it's more popular. It also adds electrical stimulation to the arms, which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of. It adds pain. So like when you get hurt in game, you get ouchie in real life. And I don't know if I like it. Like I turned it up to 30% and I didn't want to use it anymore. So I'm not sure how much that adds to the overall game, but it's another option for you guys to look into. I'm just not as quick to recommend this as bHaptic. Now, another new enthusiast level product that I recently tested is the Roto VR Explorer motion chair. Now, this is not designed for motion simulation, but instead it moves the seat based on your head position. So it's ideal if you like to play VR games seated, you don't have a lot of extra space, or you suffer from motion sickness. Personally, I really enjoyed this one. I do get tired playing VR for extended hours, just standing in the same spot, and being able to just sit down and have the chair swivel for you is an excellent option. It's also getting native integration with some games like Dig, where instead of your head position controlling the chair's rotation, the in-game controls will actually move you around. But again, at the whopping $800 price tag, as much as I enjoy this one, it's still hard to recommend unless you have a lot of extra cash to burn. And my final VR accessory that I absolutely love is my X Arcade. This is my brand new VR arcade, and you're probably wondering how that works. I'll most likely do a full video on it at a later date, but it's basically MAME emulation in your VR headset. If you're not familiar with that, you can get old arcade ROMs. You'd have to buy them off the internet. Don't get them illegally, but you get ROMs of old arcade games or even like Sega games, Super Nintendo, Nintendo games, and there's emulators for the Android OS that allows you to play these games. And this is a physical console with buttons, but I'm using it specifically in VR with an application called Arcade Ranger. You could set up a virtual arcade, or you could use it like I am in mixed reality. You just walk over to the physical controllers and you'll see a virtual screen, and everything's running from the headset, all your emulation, all your games, but the physical controls work and it's badass. Now, the price tag is reasonable. Honestly, this one's kind of reasonable. You're really only paying for that double joystick. You can get other options out there. Again, there's links to everything I'm talking about. But if you're someone who's interested in old school arcade emulation or old school game emulation, this is awesome. This is a really, Really cool option, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. And that right there was my major accessories slash deal video. Honestly, guys, if you need something for VR or want to get into VR, now's the time. There should be something for everyone here. The prices are fantastic across the board. The PlayStation VR 2, the Quest deals I mentioned, the accessory deals. It is crazy. And for those, mad enthusiasts out there, something like the VR Arcade is badass. Links to everything in the description. A lot of them are affiliate links. Not all of them, but a lot of them are. So just remember you are supporting me, or I might have some special deal codes in there. So click the link down there, check it out. And if you guys enjoyed this, boom, thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you guys on next time.